along with myself, Attorney Chance Lynch, and in the absence of our colleague, Attorney Ben Crump, we are the representatives of the Kadir Skinner family. We also have our local counsel here, Emory Abdul Latif. He serves our local counsel here, who's here in Wilmington, and he also have a future attorney, Mr. How you say your name?
Kadir Williams.
Kadir Williams is going to be assisting and aiding this team. Before we get started, I'm going to have Pastor Bland, the pastor of this church, to come up and lead us in prayer.
Certainly welcome to the Shiloh Baptist Church as we stand with the family of Kadir, seek truth, accountability, and justice today. Will you pray with me? Eternal God, you are righteous in all your ways and faithful in all your works. You are God who sees in every injustice, hears every cry, and reminds us of your justice. You remain close to those whose hearts are broken. Today we come before you with heavy hearts, for we weep after we have watched disturbing images of violence and injustice. And as we gather alongside the family of Kadir, we confess that these are not circumstances we desire, but we trust that even in moments of grief, you are present with us. Lord, we ask that you would wrap your loving arms around Kadir's mother, Rashay, and father, Darrell. Strengthen them when they are weak. Give them peace when their hearts are overwhelmed. Comfort his siblings, extended family, and every friend who loved him. Let them know that while pain is great, they do not carry it alone. We pray for the attorneys who stand with his family. Grant them wisdom, integrity, courage, and perseverance as they pursue truth and justice. Bless every advocate, every clergy leader, every community member committed to ensuring that accountability is not avoided and that justice is not denied. God, we ask that you would remove upon the hearts of every person entrusted with authority. Remove fear, prejudice, and deception. Let truth be revealed without obstruction. Give our leaders the courage to do what is right, even when it is difficult. As your prophet declared, let justice roll down like waters and righteousness like an ever-flowing stream. Lord, keep our hearts from hatred while strengthening our resolve. Help us to transform our grief into purpose, our pain into peaceful action, and our outrage into faithful advocacy. Make us instruments of your peace without surrendering our commitment to justice. Finally, remind us that every human life bears your image and possesses sacred worth. May this gathering honor the memory of our dear brother Kadir, strengthen those who mourn, move our community closer to truth, accountability, healing, and justice. We ask these things in your powerful name. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Bland. I'm going to bring up my co-counsel in this case, Chance Lynch. He's going to discuss some of the things, the announcement that we're going to be making here today. All right, Chance Lynch.
Good afternoon, everybody. First, I want to say what an honor it is to be able to stand and to represent this family. And just maybe about 2 weeks ago, Attorney Crump and Attorney Daniels and I stood here with this family and made a clarion call for transparency, truth, and accountability. And that is the same call that we are still standing here making today. A call for transparency, for truth, and for accountability. We believe that when you are transparent, it leads to truth. And once we understand truth, there should be accountability. Now, why am I saying this? It's because today, everyone in this world was able to witness the events that is causing the grief that this family feels. What we have experienced over the last 2 weeks, that this family and our legal team has been able to go in and see. Now the entire world is able to see the last moments of a young brother, Kadir Skinner, whose entire life was ahead of him while he was shot while running away from a police officer. Now, I know Attorney Daniels is going to come and he's going to share a lot of information and go over the video and some detail, but I want to focus my comments on the statement that was made by the Wilmington Police Department and posted on Thursday, June 25th, 2026 at 3:33 a.m. The police department issued this statement. I'm going to read it, and I'm going to stop along the way because I think it is important for us to be able to raise some critical concerns about what they reported to your community regarding the shooting of Kadir. It says, Wilmington police are on the scene investigating a police-involved shooting that occurred in the area of 24th and Jessup Streets. At approximately 11:12 p.m. Wednesday, police officers on patrol in the area of 24th and Jessup Streets observed a large crowd. Now, we've seen the video, and I don't have to tell you what you saw on the video, but I can tell you what I didn't see. When the police pulled up, I didn't see a large crowd. I saw a large crowd after he fired shots and shot him in the back, and Kadir was lying in the street saying, "I can't breathe." Then it says, as officers were monitoring the crowd, I still don't know what crowd they're talking about. They observed a male subject armed with a handgun exit a residence and point the firearm towards the crowd. Now, the video that I saw, I didn't see a crowd and I didn't see Kadir coming out of a residence. I did not see a crowd and I did not see Kadir point a firearm at a crowd. But this is the statement that Wilmington Police Department issued while we were all in limbo wondering what happened to this young brother. That he had a weapon, came out of a residence and pointed it at a crowd. We did not see a crowd. We didn't see him point a gun at a crowd. But what we did see was we saw him running away from a pit bull. But that's not in the statement. What we did see is that this pit bull was chasing after him and he was running away, but that's not in the statement. And what we did see is we see Kadir running away from a police officer who draws his firearm, fires several times, shooting him, and him lying in the street. But then it says police officers approached the subject, a 19-year-old male who fled on foot. Now, it says during the foot pursuit, a police officer engaged with the subject and discharged their department-issued firearm, striking the subject. You know, I'm not from Delaware, y'all. I'm from eastern North Carolina, and we have little sayings where I'm from. And one of the country sayings that we have is, what doesn't come out in the wash, it comes out in the rinse. And what we had here was the wash. But what we're able to see today, you see, that's the rinse. Because I have concerns when a police department issues an official statement stating what they perceive to be facts that is absolutely untrue. There was not a crowd until after Kadir was shot. Kadir was clearly running away from a pit bull. But here's the thing, if they lie about that, okay, y'all quiet. I said if they'll be dishonest about that, then what else would they be dishonest about? What we saw and what we witnessed was an unjustified killing, an unconstitutional shooting. And here's where we are. This is where we are. And I know Attorney Daniels is going to come and he's going to elaborate more. Here's the issue. When I was a prosecutor in North Carolina, and as a former assistant district attorney and we evaluated cases, we would not release or allow a release of a statement until the facts were clear and they were vetted. But clearly, the facts that this police department issued early on are just not factual. They're just not true. So since they wanted to tell what their rendition is, everybody, you've got the video. You can see it yourself. Here's the questions for you to ask. Where was the crowd? Where was this crowd that he waved a gun? Why didn't they mention the pit bull? And when he was running away from the police officer, how was he a threat to that police officer? How are you a threat when you are running away? Here's the clarion call. For transparency, they didn't give us that. For truth, well, we've got it now. Now we're asking for accountability. What does that mean? As a former prosecutor, I think it's crystal clear. What does that mean? It's time for this officer to face charges. And here's the thing. All we're asking is for the same accountability to be placed upon this officer that would be placed upon Kadir had Kadir shot him. We're not asking for anything special. We're just asking for the same level of accountability to be placed upon this officer who took an oath to protect and to serve. We're asking for the same level of accountability that would be placed upon any one of us who shot a police officer. That officer should be charged, he should be prosecuted, and we should be aiming for a conviction. A badge is not a license to take an innocent life. And this community should be concerned. We stand with this family and we call on that because that's what we believe accountability is. The first step to accountability is making this officer in this department accountable for their actions and what they've done. The reality is this: Kadir Skinner should be alive right now. Kadir Skinner should be alive and growing into his career with his mother, with his father and his siblings, and growing in this community. Because the reality is this: not only did Shay and Darrell lose a son, this community lost a son. And they should be held accountable.
Justice for Kadir.
Justice for Kadir.
Justice for Kadir.
Justice for Kadir.
As Attorney Lynch stated, doesn't matter who have badge, shield, or star. Accountability must be at foot. Regardless of who you are, at minimum, case should be submitted to a grand jury for the citizens to decide. And then proceed to trial for the citizens to decide. What we saw in that video is a wrong, a loss of life that should never happen, should never take place. Accountability comes in a lot of different ways. We are absolutely seeking for criminal justice here. Absolutely. But we're not just seeking criminal justice. This family has lost, have a void that they can never replace, never fill. You know, to lose a child, and I can't speak to that, but Chance and I, we go across this country, and the same thing is echoed from all our clients. It's a pain that you do not want to feel, a pain that you will not go away. Today, we sent over notice to Wilmington city government, a claim in the amount of $25 million for the wrongful death of Kadir Skinner. The Dollar family and the Skinner family not only deserve justice, criminal justice, but they should also have civil remedies and civil justice. And let me be very clear, and I'm going to steal something from Attorney Lynch. This is not about finance. It's about family. Because if they continue to shoot and kill our black men down in the street as they running from a dog, and they do not want to hold those who do it accountable, then we're going to try to hold them accountable in their pocketbooks. Because some people only respond by losing money. That's the only response sometimes you get from people as we defunded governments for allowing police officers to continue to shoot and kill and get away. Because when they come to the city council and you cannot get insured, you cannot get insured from the city because you'll continue to allow these officers to do things and get away with it. It hurts the city. It hurts the community. So today, we standing today with our local council of this family, that we have sent a claim to the city of Wilmington in the amount of $25 million claim. And $25 million is not enough. It's not enough. No amount of money can get this son back. It's not enough. But we are going to do everything we can do in our power. That's right. Get some redress and get a measure of justice. Because I'll tell you right now, we can never get justice. Because the justice, we can go back in time and stop that bullet, stop that officer, stop him from chasing a black man that wasn't breaking the law. Because if you get down to it, Kadir's running from a dog. Chance, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm a member of the state bar of Georgia. You're in North Carolina, and I know our local council. But last time I checked, it's not against the law to run from a dog, is it? Not against the law. It's what he's chasing him for. I don't know why a black man in America is the most biggest threat to law enforcement, running away from him. Redress and justice. With that being said, we're going to open up some questions. We're not going to have the family to answer any questions, so if you have any questions geared towards the Skinner and Dollar family, I see his mother and father standing here with us. We're not going to take any questions from them. But if you have any questions, please state who you with and shoot and go ahead.
Hey, I'm Shane Brennan here with the News Journal. Today was the first time you saw the other two angles of the body worn camera footage. Is that correct?
You said the first time that we saw it?
Or the family watched, because I know the family saw it.
We saw it yesterday.
You saw it yesterday?
Yeah. That's the question?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, we saw it yesterday. Go ahead.
After watching some of the videos, you hear repeatedly say, I don't have anything, when the officers reference a firearm. In that third body cam video, you hear an officer say, I got it, and show a firearm. What do you believe that was?
Well, here's the thing, and it goes back to what Mr. Lynch was saying. From the video that we saw, we didn't see any weapon in Kadir's hand. All right, and it may be, and I'm not saying it happened or didn't happen, we didn't see it. But what we did see on that video is Kadir running with his back turned, his officer firing a weapon. So I know a lot of emphasis have been made about, did he have a gun, did he not have a gun? Well, the law in the Third Circuit says if you are not a threat to officers or others, you cannot gun a person down. You know, it is a such thing called Second Amendment. You know, and maybe the Second Amendment don't apply to some people, but it's regardless if he had a gun or not, he still was shot in the back of one of the police not having been a threat. And I understand your question, but we simply don't know because the video to us is not clear enough to determine where and when if a gun actually exists. I know they said they found a gun, and we stated early on when we first saw the video, we don't know. We just don't know at this time. All right. Go ahead.
Ross Stevens from CBS News Philadelphia.
Okay.
I know you're disputing the police's original account. Have they changed their story and told you that they were wrong about that, or are they sticking by their original story?
Well, we're not disputing the account. We see the facts, so we know what their account is not true. There was no crowd. We have witnesses that Kadir was walking down the street after he left his grandmother's house, walking down the street, turning the corner, and this dog. And you know, if you look at the video at the beginning, you can see this dog coming after him. We don't believe that Kadir even knew that a police officer was chasing him because he was running from a dog. So, question? Any other questions? Right here.
Hi, Mark Felder, WDEO. Could you elaborate, please, on the $25 million claim, where that goes, and how is that contingent upon how the Department of Justice investigation turns out?
How the 20? I'm sorry. Say it again. I'm sorry.
Justice Department investigation going on. There's your $25 million claim. How do they dovetail in terms of timing, and how does the claim depend upon the outcome of the investigation?
It don't. It don't. We're going to pursue justice regardless of what the Department of Justice do, the city of Wilmington do, the FBI, the Department of Justice of the United States, because we believe it's an unlawful killing Kadir Skinner. It doesn't matter. Any questions? Any other questions? Go ahead. Yeah.
Spotlight Delaware. I have a small clarifying question about the video. After Kadir was on the ground with his police on top of him, there's a woman in the video saying, "That's my son." Is that Miss Skinner or is that someone else? Were both parents present at the scene?
We're not going to answer that question. That's a good question. We're not going to answer that question. Go ahead.
My name is Kevin Benjamin. I'm a United Methodist pastor, and I have a question just about ongoing training for the movement. Are you, in your pursuit of justice, is there a way that you guys can insist that there's a training in terms of social diversity, bias, and things of that nature?
No, we always request that the police is trained, and we know it's always a situation, a vital moment. You know, I worked in myself in the capacity of forming law enforcement at some point, and we understand that. But at the same time, you know, when you have a person that's running from you, Pastor, you learn that when you play cowboy and Indians, that you don't shoot them in the back. So, you know, if we got to train you not to shoot a person that's not a threat, we have not lost a battle, we have lost a war. So that's a good question. One way in the front.
And what we did not see, among many other things, we did not see, was any marking in the street of that area. No marking. Now, I know we're in a new state, so somebody tell me this is a new thing. You just shoot, and there's no marking, nowhere, no everything.
Yeah, and I think some of the things that the media, the community is concerned with, how this matter after the shooting, how it was really loss of control, and we completely understand that, and you know, some crowd control, and how the Wilmington Police Department was speaking to some people in the community in a certain way. Right. Well, I urge you to go to your city leaders, go to city council meeting. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Let me say this as well. Attorney General, the family is appreciative of release of this video. You know, I think that it goes a long way towards the pursuit of justice from the call from the community. You know, and I know there's some hesitation to release this video, and this video was released. I think it had some redactions of the faces, but the video was released from what we understand and what was shown on the video when we first saw the video in its entirety. So we appreciate the Attorney General for releasing the video.
When you say, Sarah Mueller, when you say claim, do you mean that you filed a lawsuit?
No, you have to put a city on notice of bringing claims, a statutory notice of claim. So no lawsuit has been filed. You have to put a claim into before you file a suit, and we have sent that claim in. So, all right, I know we got a lot of over to the left over here. We got a few more questions. Go ahead.
Any reaction to the DOJ at this point redacting some of those faces and the names of the officers involved still at this point?
Well, reaction as to why they redacted, or well, I think that's standard protocol. A lot of times they do redaction for witnesses for certain things. As far as the officers, it is a video that was given out that showed the faces of the officers. That's not redacted. That's out there. But no, that's kind of normal protocol. They do redactions at times. If this lawsuit is filed, obviously the name of the officer will be revealed, and anything like anybody else we believe is culpable, names will be for the public. All right, we got one last question here. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Right here. We kind of want to keep it towards media, but I'll ask you a question. You'll be the last one. Go ahead, you.
As Wilmington Mayor John Carter or Governor Matt Meyer have been family of the attorney.
You're talking fast, man. I can barely.
Has Mayor John Carter or Governor Matt Meyer met with the family of the attorney since the incident?
We're not going to respond to that. All right.
This question is basically for the whole room that they saw that video. Would you see that officer check his right pocket when he never checked his left pocket? He never spent his over to the left, he kept on his side so he can show his camera that he was pat in his right pocket. We asked him, was he shot? You can see a little bit of the blood that's on the left-hand side. So the officer, did y'all ever see him roll him over and check his left pocket if he was checking for a weapon, like he checked his right pocket? And did you see the officer sit on his back to make sure that he could not get any oxygen? Folks, that's when he was shot. Did y'all see that?
Well, listen, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna give one last question in the front. We're gonna close the press conference. The video is out there to look at, and that's the purpose, as the gentleman was saying, the video is for you to look at and decide for yourself. You don't have to worry about Mr. Lynch saying what I say, the family, or Attorney Crump. The video's out there for the transparency. So I beg you to take a look at the video. They released it for that purpose. Last question in the front.
Does the family at least know the name of the officer involved?
You asked a lot of questions I can't answer. We cannot release it this time.
I just have just an honest question.
You don't wait the whole time.
The release of these kinds of videos can become disruptive in communities. Do you have a message that you would like to put out to the community when they finally do see this video?
Well, listen, we always believe in peaceful protesting, all right? And I think that we have clergy in the community, as well as members of the NAACP, have pushed that agenda, and we stand resolute. The family have already expressed to us, we don't want anybody to do anything disrupt or tear the community up. Allow this process to move forward. So we absolutely believe in peaceful protest. With that being said, we do believe in protest, and we believe in accountability. All right, thank you, appreciate it. Thanks.